But in my opinion, I do think he should retire.
Michael Bisping came out with an interesting statement. He said he could see Conor McGregor retiring with a loss to Dustin Poirier. When the going gets tough and he has to turn inward and find meaning and find a reason, he's going to realize he doesn't have one.
Hey, what's going on, you guys? Depdoc here. Welcome back to another video on the channel, where today we are going to be talking about where Conor McGregor should go. I guess I've been seeing a ton of videos on YouTube. I've been seeing a lot of articles. I've been seeing a lot of people on Twitter saying that Conor should retire. Now, I want to give my 2 cents about this. But before we do, I really appreciate you guys would please leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more sit-down videos like these. And I'm sorry about the content that has been very lackey. I'll be hoping to fix that this week. Anyway, guys, let's hop into this video without wasting any more of your guys' time. Alright, so Conor McGregor on a 2-fight losing streak to Dustin Poirier, the number 5 contender in the lightweight division. Has fought 4 times since Obama's been out of office. So yeah, Conor has been very inactive. Yes. But we still love Conor. I don't care if you say you hate him, you still like watching him fight. You know, when there's a Conor fight, you do see your social media blow up. You do see everything. Like, I see everybody on my friends list hitting me up or watching the fight or seeing him going out in a stretcher. Like, everybody was freaking out Saturday night going into Sunday morning. Now, a lot of UFC fighters, a lot of commentators, a lot of big important people are already putting their 2 cents in and saying that Conor should retire, shouldn't come back, shouldn't do any of this. And honestly, I'm very confused on why they get this mindset of saying this. Okay, let's break it down real quick. Okay, Conor is 33 years old. He will be 33 years old. Okay, Conor still has a lot of time in his life, and he's still in his prime of a fighter. The idea of why Conor should retire doesn't make any sense. His ankle is, yes, broken and will get repaired over time thanks to surgery and recovery time. But, I mean, a lot of people have been pointing at that, saying that that's the end of his career, or he can't stand with Dustin Poirier anymore. Number one, he got taken down because he went for a guillotine and then couldn't get back up. But he was throwing some nice shots on the ground, so it's not like he was just getting decimated on the ground. Number two, he broke his leg by stepping back and also getting checked by Dustin Poirier. I don't see these reasons as being reasons for Conor to want to retire, or for people to point out and be like, Conor, you should retire. Because why should he? He always has that option, though. He always has that option. He's made of money. He's literally so big of a celebrity these days that he literally could do whatever he wants. The idea is that he doesn't want to stop fighting. He's never wanted to stop fighting. And I think it's just been a thing to where he's just he has a lot on his mind. Now, yes, we're not going to see that dedicated Conor as much as we did back in the past. But that doesn't mean we need to count Conor out. Counting a fighter out is silly and stupid. And if you think of being over dramatic and say that Conor should retire, if you're saying Conor should retire, why didn't Dominic Cruz retire after so many times with his leg breaking, and he still fights today, and he's only 35? Why shouldn't Stephen Wonderboy Thompson be retired? He's 38 years old and has lost a few of his recent fights. What about Cody Ferguson? He's lost his last 3 fights, and he's still fighting. These are the examples of top tier fighters that are still fighting, that haven't retired and are still fine. And you're like, well, okay, well, they didn't break their bones. What about Chris Weidman then? Chris Weidman broke his leg clean and will be returning. Like, you understand that, like, the sport has these things that happen and people grow. These people that we're talking about aren't human. They're superhumans. None of us can really go in the ring and fight and win. It's hard because they spend day in and day out at that gym to get better, to do better, and just become super strong people. So at the end of the day, I don't think this is the end of Conor, and I don't think Conor will retire, and I'm sick and tired of people going, oh, Conor should retire, or Conor should not fight again, or something like this. Like, no, why? Like, there is no reason for you to say that. I'm not the biggest fan of Conor. I like Conor, but, like, honestly, I prefer other fighters to watch. But when there is a Conor fight, I will enjoy it. But the one thing I really hate is that people like to protect Conor, or they like to hate on him. There is no middle ground. We either think too highly of Conor or we hate him. These are the things that where we need to find an equal balance. Because it's been since he beat Jose Aldo to become this big giant celebrity, and now everybody looks at him and goes, well, if he loses, then he should retire because he's not great. But if he wins, he should stay forever because he is great. It's not the fact that he is a good fighter, but there is also good fighters. Like, it's like all this kind of extra stuff to where a lot of people don't point that out. And it doesn't help that Conor also himself has to get better. The reason why he lost both them fights against Dustin, it wasn't because Dustin knocked him out hard. It was just thanks to his legs. His legs really have let him down in these two fights. And I think that's something that he needs to improve on. Them leg kicks he was throwing were beautiful in the first round. The punches he was throwing were great. And that ground defense was also really good. And that guillotine he almost locked up. If he wasn't at the end of the cage, he probably would have got the guillotine in, ending the fight. Now, would he have looked like a joke? Yeah, but he still would have won the fight. Now, it would have been kind of sad because that's only the first round. Anyways, all I'm trying to say is Conor should not retire. Conor will be the first defense to Dustin Poirier's belt when he gets it at the end of this year against Charles Oliveira. And I 100% believe that Conor has a fighting chance to win that fight. And he obviously could get the belt then. And you could be like, well, that's not fair. Well, you know what? The UFC isn't fair. They push Conor all the time. It's like when they lost Khabib. They pushed him with everything. But he was the champion, so it made more sense. Conor's not a champion, and yet they're throwing him against the number one contender. I'm telling you right now, Conor will forever be a money fight. And they don't care where he's ranked. He will get that first title defense. And it will be because of the third fight. It was such a letdown because there is no true winner. It was an accidental break, and now we gotta wait. We need to understand, sit back, and just, instead of going, Conor, you should retire, we should just be like, enjoy the fights. We should enjoy the fights when we have them. Because Conor McGregor is not going to be here forever. He's going to be gone at one point. He's going to actually retire and not just say it on Twitter where it's like, guys, I'm thinking about retiring. No, he actually will be gone one day. So will all your favorite fighters. So instead of us sitting back and saying, oh, they should retire and everything, let's just sit back and enjoy them as we can. I was really sad when we lost Paul Felder, and it's like things like that. Who will be next? And instead of us being like it's Conor McGregor, let's just calm down and enjoy the next fight. It's what's a minute. Anyway, guys, that's my 2 cents on this topic that's been going on recently. If you guys believe that Conor should retire, it's completely fine. That's your own opinion. But I just don't think it's something that we should really be talking about or worrying about. It's too early to say if Conor should retire. The only reason why he should ever retire is if he continues to lose to everybody. And he's lost to one person in the last year. So yeah, guys, I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more sit-down videos like this to come in the future. And yeah, guys, see you guys in the next one. See you guys later.